saw something the other day on YouTube that I just found to be extremely fascinating, and that is making a lamp out of a wine bottle, beer bottle, liquor bottle. And it turns out that getting everything you need to sort of do this is not that expensive. I found these on sale. These are big old Edison bulbs, which turned out to be a little too big. That is a big bulb. And as you can see, it would just barely fit in that. Now, I've seen people make them where they put the socket on top and get a lampshade, drill a hole in the back, and run the wire up through. Another one I saw where this outfit cut the bottom of the bottle off and used the bottle itself as a lampshade with the socket and the bulb mounted in a wood base. That's the direction I'm going to go in. Another way that I saw that was pretty slick, I take the bottle and pull the cork out and then get a pendant light socket set, cut the bottom of the bottle out, run the pendant light wire up through the top, and then this becomes a pendant light with the Edison bulb sticking down in it. And that's pretty cool too. So today while we were at Lowe's, found some LED Edison style bulbs, amber glow, rated at 40 watts, plus LED wouldn't get so hot. Those little 60 watt Edison bulbs there, they get pretty hot. And I'm thinking that if you were to actually put that bulb in this glass and set that down and it had the cork on top, that would get so much heat trapped in there. It would definitely probably eventually get too hot to touch, so it could damage possibly the label or whatever. So I'm thinking this is a better way to go. Besides, it's a skinnier bulb, it'll fit in more different size bottles. And we've got our cords. Opted to go with a antique style cloth cord that I thought was pretty cool. Not only is that a switch, it's also a dimmer, which is pretty cool. Bottle cutter. This doesn't actually cut the bottle. Basically what this apparatus does is it scores a perfect score around the glass. Then you take the glass, and in my case what I'm going to do is dip it in some boiling water, let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, pull it out, and then put it into some ice water, and that thermal shock difference will crack the glass where it's been scored, and hopefully it'll be a clean crack and a clean break, and then we'll polish the glass after it's separated. Here's our sockets. The cutter itself, we did a lot of research and found that with this particular brand had 5-star reviews across the board. You're learning right along with me here, so trying to go along with what the instructions said to do. We'll make a starting mark. We got our mark here on the base. We made a mark here, so when the mark comes back around and lines back up, we know we've done a complete 360, but we don't want to do more than a 360. I've done almost 180. And that's it. I don't think that's going to break too clean right there. We had a boo-boo. But let's go give it a shot. There you go, I hear now.
Now it will be. Oh. Oh, there it went.
Well, I guess not too bad for a first attempt, although it probably should have been better. I think here I just didn't get it scored as good as it needed to be, and I'm hoping we can be very careful and break a bulk of that off at the score mark, and then this here we hopefully can maybe break that and then clean it up. But where it did break is nice and smooth. I guess for a first attempt, that's not too shabby, especially if we can clean it up and still use it. If not, then hey, it's just a generic Buffalo Trace bottle that can be replicated pretty easily. And I did learn, as far as the spacing of these things on an odd shaped bottle, is where the bottle has a taper on it. So I'll have to take that in consideration in future. Spend a little more time setting this up. I think what I'm going to try to use here is just a pair of pliers, and we'll put some tape around the tips of it so that have a little bit of cushion there to work with. Let's see what happens here. Quit it. Didn't get that much luck over here. How about that? I could almost tell that it was ready to break because you could see the line forming in there. But it, I guess just that added compression on here by from the, got that. I think the rest of that we might be able to clean up with the abrasive. All right. Learning process anyway. We'll learn how to clean up our mess when we make one. I guess our next step is to use our little abrasive material and see if we can't smooth that out. So it says when using this abrasive stone to dip it in water, and I see probably ought to get us a little rag and lay out here so any glass leavings that may occur will be right here, be easily picked up. So it looks like we got some cleaning up to do. We'll see how good this abrasive rod is here at that. Looks like it's cleaning up pretty good there. A little bit more work. Not going to bore you with that, and we'll come back when we get it done. We got our edges cleaned up pretty good with our little green abrasive stone here. Turned out pretty good. Got the high points off of it. What we're doing now is using a 600 grit wet dry paper to just get off any kind of last minute blemishes or imperfections, so that we want the bottle to be as flat and stable as possible, although all it's going to do is sit as a lampshade pretty much, but we want it to look good too. So we're just trying to clean up this edge here a little bit more, and kind of therapeutic running this back and forth. We're just keeping steady pressure on this. Like I said, it's 600 grit, so it's not like we're getting aggressive with it. We're just basically trying to polish that glass so it'll be smooth and it won't have a tendency to cut somebody. I believe we're going to call that done. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. It's nice having tools that work properly. And then once you develop talent later on down the line, that makes it even better. And for a first time, I can't complain. It'll make a dandy little lampshade, I believe.